traded my Goldwing in on something a little smaller, a little lighter.
This video is sponsored by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Video Series.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Cruiseman's MOTOVLOG. Actually got two cameras going this morning. Got my Insta360 over here and my GoPro on my helmet. Just had breakfast with Dawn and Dale and Robert. And Dale traded his Goldwing in on an Africa Twin, and I didn't get a picture of it. I didn't get any video or a picture. He got away too soon. I had to run back in and use the restroom and did not get a chance to get any video or photos, but I will next time I see him. And you may have noticed I've traded my Goldwing in on something a little smaller, a little lighter, a little easier to manage. No, actually that's fake news. This is actually a press bike from Honda. This is the NC750X, and I am reviewing this for Honda, and we'll be posting a review in the near future. So this morning I'm heading out here from a wake. Gonna head to the grocery store, pick up a few provisions. Sunday is a day I usually cook something for us. I'm not sure what I'm going to do today, but I'm going to go to the store anyway and see what we can come up with. This little 750 is a little different than what I'm used to. It is a little more cramped. The riding style is pretty much, almost feels like you're on a sport bike because your feet are up under you. It's not quite as relaxed as a Goldwing, obviously. Get a little more pressure on those hips. Just to update all of you, last Crown and Comments I mentioned that the Honda dealer wanted payment in advance in Midland before they would start repairs on my Goldwing. But turns out Progressive, to their credit, intervened on my behalf and was able to get the service manager to agree to go ahead and order the parts and get started on the bike, and I will sign the check once the bike has been repaired. I'm still trying to get a hold of that service manager, and I'll try again on Tuesday when they open again. I need to talk to one of the service techs or whoever's going to be working on the bike and just kind of let them know about a couple of accessories that I've installed so that they're aware of what's going on. And by the way, I know I forgot because I haven't done any audio on my motovlogs in a long time. I usually, or the last few motovlogs I've done, I've been doing voiceover in my studio. Because of this Insta360, I don't have any way to record audio with it yet. But since I've got the GoPro on today, I can record the audio on the GoPro. But basically, I should welcome you to Cruiseman's MOTOVLOGs. Invite you to subscribe. I'm going to actually talk about that whole subscription thing in an upcoming video because, anyway, it's a long story, but I will do that in the near future. So I'm not going to get into what I think of this NC750X yet. I will be doing a full review of the bike. Other than telling you that, like right now, I'm getting a little bit of a hip cramp in my left hip. I don't get it all the time. It only happens occasionally, but sometimes and I get it on the Goldwing sometimes. So it's not just the NC that does this. I will say there's a couple of things I would add to this motorcycle right off the bat. One of which would be a taller windshield, because all this windshield does, it seems like it just kind of forces the air right up into my face. Now, I'm 6'2", so that could be part of the reason. But it's very different riding a motorcycle when you come off of a Goldwing, a larger bike. It's a whole different experience, and it's actually kind of fun. This bike does have a DCT, and it's got some I don't know, it's got some pretty cool features to it, so I'm anxious to go into it in more detail. We'll talk about that. Who is this motorcycle for? They're pretty popular. I think they're really popular in Europe. I almost missed my turn. So, if you have an interest in the NC750X, keep your eyes out for my review, my upcoming in-depth review. I want to thank Honda for shipping the bike out to me to review, giving me the time. I also contacted my contact at Honda and told them about my motorcycle accident, and that kind of set me back about a week or two actually of being able to review this bike, and they were very gracious to let me keep the bike a little bit longer. The motorcycle accident has really thrown my whole video production schedule. It just really has thrown me for a loop. So I have not been getting videos out as regular as I like to. I usually like to do a video every 3 or 4 days at the least, and I just have not been able to do that because of this situation, not having a Goldwing. I have all these products stacking up that I need to review, that I need to install on a Goldwing, and I don't have a Goldwing to install on, and it makes it a little challenging. So anyway, enough complaining. I'm gonna run in, grab my groceries, and then I'll come back out and do a little ride heading back home, talk about a few other cool things. I use my Goldwing almost every day as my primary form of transportation, and I use the trunk. One of the reasons I wanted the bigger trunk to begin with is because I do the grocery shopping, and I'm able to put quite a bit of groceries into that trunk and the saddlebags of the Honda Goldwing. So now I'm going to see, hopefully, how much I can fit, because I just got done grocery shopping here at Market Street. I've got 3 bags full of stuff. We're going to see how this little frunk, or whatever you call it, storage unit, I may have to do some creative arranging to get all this stuff to fit in here. If you're anxious to know whether or not I could fit everything into this storage compartment, you're going to have to wait until my final review of the NC750X. For now, let's get on with the MOTOVLOG. I'm going to break all the rules here, and I'm just going to leave this sitting right here. Actually, no, I'm not, because I don't want it to damage that Pretty Lexus. Let's just take it over here. Okay, it's a beautiful day today. This is the first nice riding day we've had in weeks. Since I got back from West Texas, this is the first nice day. It is probably 70 degrees right now, maybe 72 degrees. It's going to get up to 80, 81 today. No wind, which is very unusual. Yesterday we had like 25 to 40 mile an hour gusts. So I will be taking this little bike out today and testing out the brakes, testing out the acceleration. If I have time, I'm gonna get on some twisty roads. If not, I think it's gonna be nice tomorrow as well. So I might have to do some of it tomorrow. Now, the reason I don't have my face shield down, before any of you comment, I will tell you that the face shield, I forgot to clean it before I left, and it's super spotted, got all kinds of water spots and everything on it. I need to clean it. I see they've just opened up a Shake Shack. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro, but there's a Shake Shack they just opened up over there. I've never eaten at a Shake Shack. Have any of you? Put it in the comments down below. I'd like to know what your experience was. I've heard good things about them, but I've never actually tried one, so maybe I'll have to get Ricky on the bike and ride over here once I get my bike back, if I ever do get it back. I've been without the bike now for 2 weeks, and my guess is it's going to take at least another week to 10 days for those parts to come in. I'll know more when I contact the dealer in Midland. Some of you did put comments in about Midland Power Sports, that you've had experiences with them. I don't think they have, and I hope this doesn't come across sounding arrogant, because I certainly don't mean it to, but I don't think they have any clue as to my YouTube channel or anything like that. So I doubt that they're aware that I'm even talking about them on YouTube or Facebook. I don't know that they're that big of a Goldwing dealer. There are some dealerships I go to and they do recognize me, especially when I went in the other day, I had on a Cruiseman's Garage t-shirt and a Cruiseman's Garage cap, and nobody said anything, so I guess they don't follow my channel at that dealership, apparently. It's a little windy. I'm going to have to put my dirty face shield down anyway. But, I mean, you can see just right now from the landscape what a beautiful day it is. Just really nice. Do any of you own an NC700 or 750X? Or have you ridden one? Put it in the comments down below and tell me your impression and what you think of the bike. I do have a bad habit on this motorcycle. You probably noticed I had my turn signal on. I'm so used to the automatic canceling turn signals on the Goldwing, and this bike does not have that. And I think all of the bikes I've test ridden up to this point have had auto cancel turn signals, so I'm not used to not having that feature. So I might look like a retiree in Florida driving around with my turn signals on. You do get spoiled to certain technology, and what's interesting is this motorcycle actually has some technology that the Goldwing doesn't have. I was surprised. It's got some features that I wish the Goldwing had, and I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. I also noticed that Dale's Africa Twin has some features that the Honda Goldwing does not have. Mostly in the tech area, and I'm not sure why. So just to update you on what's coming soon to Cruiseman's Garage YouTube channel. First of all, like I said in the first segment, my production schedule for videos has been pretty dramatically thwarted because of this accident, not having my Goldwing available to do videos. And generally speaking, a YouTube channel survives and thrives and grows when you have content, new content coming out on a regular basis. And if I were to say go 3 months without posting a new video, I would lose a lot of viewers. A lot of people that watch my videos on a regular basis would just stop watching. They go somewhere else. And this is why I say an accident like this, where I'm without a motorcycle for a month or 2 months or 3 months, it's hard to calculate, but it will definitely harm my channel. It's imperative for me to have new, fresh content that is appealing and that is relevant to retain those viewers and to expand that viewership. So it's hard to say how much damage this accident could cause. That every day I'm without that Goldwing is costing me money, and it's my primary form of transportation. As I was riding to Midland, I once again was reminded just how comfortable and how, really excellent that motorcycle is. Another thing that concerns me about having the motorcycle worked on is I've seen the way some of these techs treat painted parts on motorcycles. They just kind of toss them in a pile while they're working on the bike. And as most of you know, I am extremely picky about the paint on my motorcycle. I take very good care of it. I've ceramic coated the paint. I have done videos on that. There was not a scratch or a mark on that Goldwing. Even though it's 4 years old, 5 years old, it was in excellent mint condition. And I will tell you that when I go to pick up that motorcycle, I will be going over it with a fine-tooth comb. And it had damn sure better be in excellent condition the way I took it in, or better. I'm not going to accept it if it's not. And I will have my progressive rep on the phone, and I will make sure if any part on that motorcycle is scratched or damaged, they will be replacing it with a new part. I'm not going to put up with that crap. And it's got to be perfect, because it was perfect when I took it in, and it better be perfect when I get it back. Those of you that follow the channel know I take a lot of time to take care of the bike. I even take care of the bikes that I don't own. Honda sent me a 2022 Goldwing to review, and it had some scuff marks on it from the previous, I guess, journalist that had reviewed the bike, and I took the time to polish it and clean it up and do some work on it, because I didn't want to send the bike back to Honda unless it was in perfect condition. I didn't want them to think I had put those scratches or those scuff marks in the paint. And same thing for the Indian. The Indian came in, it had all kinds of scuff marks on the gas tank, and I probably spent a half a day on that Indian polishing out those scratches. So I will be contacting my progressive rep, and I will say that they've been very nice and very responsive. I mentioned that in my last video. so far I've been very impressed with Progressive. And I'll do a complete review of my experience with Progressive once this whole thing is over. I've also been in communication with the insurance for the trucking company. I don't want to get into that right now. I'm waiting to see how that plays out. So I am back home, and I'm going to put this little bike in the garage, and I will be, like I said, I still have my turn signal on again. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell. Remember what I always say, ride often, but ride safe. I'll see you soon.